What well, how do you? Well, I think what I as also as a gay actor as well, that which is why I'm such a big fan of your work is that even though you are gay, what I find so admirable and just that I respect so much about you is that you are able to make the audience not even think of that because of the roles you have done, Billy Flynn, Gaston.
Right.
I mean, you know, you've been able to break that barrier that, you know, that has become a stigmata when it comes to gay actors. They can only play like.
Well, you know, the thing is, I guess it's in a way it's also. I think gay men feel that they can't, you know, because you've gotten this label of gay, homosexual, or whatever, and you can't do those roles because you think that they won't allow you to do that, which is not true. And it's like, if you're a good enough actor, you can do anything you want. I mean, I had no idea I was going to be playing Alban or Zaza at all. I had no idea. It just kind of happened. And I was like, you know what, let's do it. It'll be fun. It'll be a nice little challenge and whatnot. But I don't give anybody else the opportunity to say you can't do that. You know, it's my responsibility to show them, yes, I'm gonna swear. I'm gonna swear on your show.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna do it. All right? Don't tell me not to, because I will do it. All right? And so, if anything, it's my fault. It's my fault for, I always say it's my fault. It's my fault. It's my fault for doing those roles, because I won't let them tell me that I can't. And I think a lot of people, because unfortunately in our community we've been conditioned to say, oh no, it's okay, no, I understand I'm gay, so I can't do it. No, fuck that. You can do it. You can do it. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. I think it's unfair that, you know, we only have to play the hairdresser or the gay sidekick.
You don't have to.
You don't have to. You don't have to. And when I see your work, you know, in different productions of the roles that you played, I mean, like in Spamball and all this other, you know, the masculine, the leading man. It just gives us and our next generation that comes around. We'll see actors like you.
You don't have to be one. You can be whatever you want.
But it's great to see that you are that beacon of light for many of us. That
you have to be comfortable too. You have to be comfortable who you are.
I saw the show last night, and I mean, again, just like Spam a lot. I think they had to wipe the floor off because I peed on the floor. I know. We had
there was an ad for Spam-A-Lot. They said they're going to replace all the cushions at the Sieber Theater, and I was like, you're going to put that on a poster? They did. They actually put it on, like, they put it out front in the theater. I was like, they're going to have to replace the upholstery at the Sieber Theater because of the that's not sexy or nice or fun, but
well,
okay.
I think having seen George Hurd, having seen Gary Beach, and I saw Leroy Reams in the role, and I truly mean this. You and Nathan Lane in the film version. Nothing against these four phenomenal actors, but honestly, Chris, you are the best Zaza I've ever seen.
Thank you.
You had because I knew that your comedic talent, your timing and pace and delivery was phenomenal. So I was so thrilled when they announced it. So I was.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I was probably became one of your stalkers. Oh, I can't wait to get. You're probably going, let me unfriend the freak now. And so I mean, even the PR person here was like, "No, you're going to behave, right?" I'll behave, because she put me in the pit last night. She goes, "You're going to behave." I'm like, "Oh, I will." And when you came out, I was like, "Oh my God!" But I maintained myself. I did. But I watched every little nuance, every little ad lib that you had, everything you did. I mean, there's a great thing about when it comes to comedy. Is that anybody can tell the joke, anybody can do the punchline. It's the subtext, it's finding the joke before,
you got to build it up in order for people. You hit
so many home runs. It was just,
if they don't understand what you're saying. A, B, if they can't hear you, it's not going to work. And if they don't know what you're talking about, it's like. So yeah, I mean, it's really, you really have to pay attention to, but it's all about taking your time, because if you mumble it, you can't hear it. And I always call it too, is like this show, especially with Harvey's writing and with like I Am What I Am, I always call that stuff the wet paper towel thing. It's like, because comedy and like anything actually, especially on being on stage, anything on stage, if you add too much to it, and that wet paper towel commercial, is like, put a couple carrots on there. I was like, but our paper towel's stronger. But this, it's like that. If you add too much stuff, you can add a lot, but if you add too much, it's that you got to be in that moment right before everything breaks. And that's what it's like with this show for me. It's like,
was
it's,
just,
oh,
you
it's,
had the
and
audience
it's,
roll.
it is, yeah, but it also it's very like, even with a large crowd like we have here at Dallas, at the music hall, it's, you really have to play it real, even though you're humongous and as a personality in the show, you have to play it so real.
You never went beyond that point.
You can't.
You
You can't.
And
It's so hard.
Let me tell you, last night when you did, and my friend, my guest, had never seen it, had never seen La Cage. He had the, the Broadway recording and all that, but he had never seen it. And when you did I Am What I Am, I mean, I don't know, you couldn't because it's such a big theater. I mean, in that area with the pit where the cocktail tables, we were sitting next to two ladies. I mean, so many people were crying in that number. I mean, your interpret of the lyrics, it became this, because right now, unfortunately, with what we're dealing with, high school bullying and the suicides of teens, and it gets better with David Savage's campaign and all that hard stuff that gay teens are going through. I couldn't help but start thinking about that as you sang it, and the emotion that you brought to that number that I've never seen before. Usually Pazazaz is a big song, we must sing it loud, and you just...
Well, you start it off because you have to start it off, you're wounded. Some of you have just been betrayed by the two people that you love the most have been betrayed you. And you're wounded, and the only person you can turn to at that point, because you think you're all alone, you've got your crowd, you're still in the show. You're still doing the show.
Exactly.
And that's what a lot of people are like, oh my God, he's still on stage. He's not backstage. He's in front of a crowd. He's doing this. And then the only person who's ever always just loved you, always just, even as a kid, you're the class clown, and you get, people laugh at you and because you're doing something funny. And that's the only thing that Alban at that point can turn to. And then he turns to Zaza, and it's a big like.
It was really one of the most powerful moments.
Well,
on stage.
I'm glad you liked it.
And I mean, after the lights came on, I mean, the ladies gave us Kleenex. My friend was bawling. I mean, it was just everybody was talking about it in the lobby. It was just that moment where you go, that's musical theater.
Good.
And I cannot thank you enough for coming to Dallas to do this.
Oh, my
What's
pleasure.
next after the tour?
We're going to Houston. After the tour?
Yeah.
Oh, we're here till November. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. We're doing actually something with Dan Savage, actually. We had done a show last summer, or summer before last, called The Kid, with a book that he wrote about he and his partner Terry adopted a child, and they made that in a musical, and I don't know, I was Dan Savage, actually. And so we developed it into a show, and it's really very touching and very cute, very funny. And hopefully we'll see what happens, but we're working on that, and we're going to go out of town with it and then hopefully bring it to Broadway eventually. Yeah. Wow. It's a really small, nice little, intimate little piece, so it's really cool. Hopefully like the Booth Theater. I think it would fit really nice. Or the Helen Hayes, right there.
Well, I will become your stalker again
and
sit there. And,
I love that.
But again, I cannot thank you enough.
Thank you.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice to see you finally.
Nice finally to see you.
Finally, yeah.
And I hope we have a great run here. And
we will.
With our show.
I think we will.
In Texas, and continued success.
I think so.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Thanks, babe.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.